Hi all. Let me just start recording up here as well. All right, here we go. Yeah, so welcome to session 26. I'll just share my screen now and go from there. Okay, there it is. So I'll just change this to, oh, goodness me, how we end up here. Let's go back here. Yeah, okay. That's weird, isn't it? Yeah, well, that's where I joined, so uh, switch to student. Okay. All right. So this is session 26, as I said. There isn't a formal session today. We basically have well, it's the assessment 5 is what we're supposed to be working on right now as you finish 4. Really, the program has gone a little haywire. So we have overtaken the actual original program. Just having a look at that, just briefly. Which has come on the screen here. So let's bring it in. Go down a bit, page 5 or something like that. All right. Okay, so we are on session 25, so way down here. So keep going. All right, so this is, ooh, what's the date today? 20, so 10th. So down here, we're supposed to be continuing with task 4. So those of you that are still going with that, that's fine. That's not due until 14th of the 11th, which is this Monday actually. So that's due on Monday. So you've got today and a couple more days. So we're not too far off. We sort of picked up, I guess, a session or two, which is good. And then assessment task 5, and we're basically done really. So really, our last um, formal class is actually, this week here, or this session here. So in a week's time, I guess. Yeah, because it's the 10th today, so we're going to have Monday and then the 17th. That'll be the last official one, unless you have any additional uh, questions, or you want to come in one-on-one or whatever. Um, if there's any questions that arise, I'll let you know. Usually we'll just send you like an email saying here's a little recording of what has been missed, or something additional that I thought about. If you have any questions between now and then, something I guess that let me just call it like a burning question. So something that you want to learn about Revit and you haven't yet, and you wished you did, feel free to ask me, and I'm happy to explain it if I know the answer, of course. If I don't, that's why it's good to send the question in earlier. I can research it and come back with something. And sometimes, even if I know the answer, I have to set up, a little example file just so I can run it through, and it looks a little smoother than trying to make it up and waste time in class. So I guess I'm encouraging you to do that. I don't have a problem with that, and I'm happy to do additional class or two just to do that, or just recordings and send them through, one-on-ones, whatever you wish. Um, I'm happy to do that. And of course, if you've got questions, you can set up a Teams meeting with me, and collaborate meeting, or whatever, or a phone call to sort things out. Okay, and a few of you are taking that up already, which is really good. All right, so I guess what I have done in the past day or two, have been um, I have been marking your assessment task 3, and no, Russell has been chasing up the last 2 or 3 people, I guess, from assessment task 2 as well. So he's sort of finishing those off, and I'll do 3, 4, and 5, of course, from here on. So you'll be hearing, if you haven't done task 2 or just submitted it, you'll be hearing from Russell as well still, so he's still about. All right, so yeah, so I did send some emails through. Here we go, under class recordings here. So here's the YouTube playlist, which I sent you an email last week saying um, keep this address here. You need it, or you might need it in the future. So these are where all our class recordings have been going all semester. And just session 25 was last week. It's just 26 now. And since then, you can see I've got 4 new recordings on there that are like a minute, nearly 2 minutes, a minute and a half. So they're not long recordings. So if you have problems, for example, changing your Revit to display in English, listen to this, and that hopefully will help. I know a student has had two or three of my students have had some success with this, but yeah, so that try that out. I've got one student who has a problem though with their title block, and that's not one of the it's not one of these issues here where the labels are just wrapping around. The title block is coming up in like windings, like yeah. So the text is like windings, which I'm not sure if you know what that is, but yeah, it so the labels are coming up in. Let me just show you. So I don't know if anyone's had that problem, but when they send me the file, I can look at it okay, but on their system it doesn't. So they must be missing like a font somewhere. So yeah, if you go down here, W, like this was not that one. Wingdings, right? I think yeah, this one's here. They look like that. Okay, so if anyone else is having that problem, let me know, because if I solve this problem, we have an appointment today with the student to see if I can solve the problem online, just looking at their computer. And then if I find out and anyone else has got the problem, then I can report back to you directly, and or make a video. So just keep that in mind. You're not alone if you're having these sort of issues. Okay. All right. So so the other one was, as I said here, the widening of the title block labels. Only a couple of you have had that problem, not too many really. And some have had that problem with task 4 as well. So that this one here is actually on, modeled this video on task 4. Okay, so general feedback. Yeah, so we had uh, we've got general feedback, project address, wrapping. Yeah, so not only we had the title block labels wrapping, we had the project address wrapping. So that usually happens when you have pressed an enter. So let me open here and just quickly, because I wasn't prepared, because I looked at something yesterday. I'll probably open up a student, although I do have one here which is in my, let me just have a look at that. I've just put that in my downloads to find easier, which I did. I think it might be this one. All right. So yeah, with the address, it's just a matter of if you wrap it, if you wait for it to come up, project information, and just go down to here. I'm not sure what it's at now because I probably fixed it. Seems no, I haven't. So yeah, so if that's a simple little thing which you normally would do, but unfortunately this is not tall enough to allow us to put an enter through there. So it's quite simple with the address. Oops, the address here. You just have to go here and not put that enter there. Okay. So here we go there. Okay. So there it is. All right. So that fixes that problem. Okay. All right. So that's basically all I wanted to say, and I guess general feedback. Yeah, everyone, just about everyone, has not turned off their site plan AutoCAD file from the underlay. So I don't know what happened there, but all good. All right. So if there's no further questions, I guess, or if there's any other no other questions, I will let you go. Just check if anyone else has come in since. Gabriel, g'day, Gabriel. I'll mark you as here as well. And as I said, if you need to pop out, feel free because um, you know, I'll just stay online. But if you want to pop out, that's fine because you don't want to be disturbed by other people talking or whatever online. That's fine as well. All right, I'll turn off my microphone. Yep, g'day, mate. All right, so we've got another question here coming in. We've got for task 5, the Blackwood Cafe one. We just use the original template you provided and don't need to delete anything, right? When, yeah, well, not the original template I provided, but after you finish task 4, which is a Blackwood Cafe, that's when you do the save as. So you follow the same procedure as you did for task 3 when we finished it. Delete everything, all that procedure that I've given you on here, and then save it after you finished the cafe. Don't just download. For example, you don't download this startup file and then save that one as template, and delete everything from there. You got to delete everything from your finished file, and follow the procedure of outlined in where are we task. I've gone down a bit here. So follow this procedure outlined in here, in this thing here. All right. So we're glad. Yeah. So that's a good question. Yeah. Otherwise, and if no other questions, I'll leave it at that, and I'll stop the recording. All right. So yeah. All right. I'll leave it at that. There doesn't seem to be anything else. So all the best, and I'll be here until 12:30, taking any questions you might have. Okay. Okay. Thank you, and have a